So were those tactics right by Conte? Yes or no? You could argue that they were right because of how they defended and how they nullified Barcelona, and it was 1-1. Or you could say that Conte was pretty idiotic and stupid to not actually go out and play a striker, and what could have happened if they actually had a focal point up front. It was an amazing defensive display by Chelsea as a team. They defended as a team brilliantly well, and tactically they were amazing. And all it was that one mistake. But people say it was the one mistake, but there were different mistakes that Chelsea made. But I think it was the first big major mistake that they made. And the thing about this Barcelona team is they're not as attacking or entertaining as the Guardiola team, as the Rivaldo and Ronaldinho team. But what they're business-like. And it was the same thing when they played against Atletico, where Atletico should be winning. But you always had this belief that somehow they would find a way to score. And this Barcelona team always find a way to score. They just somehow, some way. And Iniesta, for me, he's getting old. Let's just be real, because the commentators were just saying some rubbish about how it was an amazing display by Iniesta. No, Iniesta is not the Iniesta that we know before, where this guy showed you possibly some of the best ball control of any footballer that I've seen. He's not that Iniesta anymore. He's getting old. The legs are tired, and he pretty much paces himself. But despite that, when it came time to make a big play, because really for me, when I saw that, I think it was it Aspilicueta or somebody who I thought they would get the ball, but Iniesta, he went in there, got the ball before the Chelsea defender, made the right pass. Messi was the right place, right time, right execution, right positioning, bottom left, it's finished. But let's talk about Willian. I'm tired of saying Willian is underrated. I'm tired of Willian not being appreciated enough, because this guy's consistency in almost every game is amazing. And people just do not give him the credit that he deserves. I mean, just the way that he applies himself of moving forward at speed and the intensity and his bravery to cut through the opponents is absolutely incredible. And when you look at it, the guy, he should have had a hat-trick. He should have had a hat-trick. But even you look at the goal that he scored, and then it's one of those things where, is there a better player in the world who does the quick shift, change of pace, and shot better than Willian? Because you always know what this guy's going to do. Similar to like the whole Robin move of cutting on the inside. You know what he's going to do, but this guy, he makes his move and he just makes it happen. So, and for me, I think he was Hazard showed why he is such an amazing player, and he showed amazing quality. But I'll get to that. But I think Willian, for me, he was the most effective player on the pitch, but the best player on the pitch was Messi. Let's just be real. And I think Messi showed again of the guy's ridiculous and stupid talents, because even when you just watch this stuff again, and it just makes you laugh how people still go on about this whole, is it Messi, is it Cristiano, they're both, and it just shows how stupid people really are. Like, when you just see what Messi does, and I think people, you have to play for football, because if you've played for football and you've played against top guys and you've played the game 11 aside or even 5 aside, you just watch Messi, like what this guy does over 90 minutes, the kind of moves that he does, the passes he makes, how he makes up ground, how he gets away from players, what he does in tight positions, it is highly technical, and what he achieves is very hard to do, extremely hard to do. It's not that hard to score from 5 yards out, but it is extremely hard over 90 minutes to literally cut through 3-4 defenders in a very tight space and do close quarters dribbling. It is, trust me, if you play for football, it is very hard to do. So Messi just showed again how, because I was saying to myself that you stop Messi, you stop. Like literally, for me, if I was a team, man mark this dude. For me, I would go Mourinho. I say, look, fine, sue me, insult me, whatever you want. I'm going to man mark. I say, I'm going to pick a guy, whether it's one guy, you man mark him, you stick to him, you do not allow him to go, you rough the hell out of this dude, because if you allow this guy free space, he will mess you up, either with a pass or with a goal. So let's talk about the faults now. Why? Because people say, well, Conte got the tactics right because of look how well they did against Barcelona by defending well against them. So you're telling me if you didn't play Pedro, but you went in with Giroud, who I thought they should have gone with over Morata. But you went with Giroud, Fabregas, Hazard, Willian, Kante wouldn't have done the same work in midfield. Because, tell me, maybe I missed something. What did Pedro do defensively or in midfield that was so crucial that the other dudes couldn't have done? Or even Giroud as well, coming in the midfield and actually adding more bodies to try and defend, which he can do. But the thing about the frustration that there were times when because you're nullifying your best player. Because by putting Hazard as a false and you're giving him far too much work to do. So, and when you're giving him the ball to feet, because he's so small and there's so many defenders around him, there's very little that he can do. But with Giroud, knowing the quality of Alonso, what Moses can do, and what Willian can do on the wing, you have an aerial threat. Because look at Barcelona, they didn't have an aerial threat. So you know that for Barcelona, every time that ball went out into the wing, you can cross it once. There is no aerial threat to deal with. It's not going to happen. Everything has to go on the ground. But for Chelsea, you can have the ball to fit either Willian or Hazard, and you can go out wide and put a cross inside, and put a cross inside there. And also, you've got a guy who can hold the ball up a lot better based on his height and his strength, and he's used to holding the ball up, not Hazard. So for Conte, that was so stupid. Because they said that why did he even buy him? So you're playing a game where two strikers are on the bench. It's madness. It's complete and utter madness. But Chelsea had to get the second goal. And even if they had won this 2-1, they would have still lost. But at 1-0, they have no chance. They're rats. They finished. They're not beating Barcelona, and they're not scoring two goals at the new camp. It's not happening. So Barcelona are through, and for Barcelona, this is an amazing result for them. They would have been happy with so, but at 1-1, this is an absolutely amazing result for them. So for Chelsea, it's all over for them. But I thought that they did it well. They defended very well. But I think for Barcelona, there needs to be more speed in the Barcelona thing. And I think Messi is having to do too much, and Sergio Roberto's crap. Let's be real. Jessica Alba has declined. And Sergio Roberto is the guy's garbage. The guy's garbage, and I think they are missing thrust and skill from the flanks. And by not having thrust and skill in the flanks, it's going to be very difficult. So I think for this Barcelona team, I don't know how far they can go, because I think there are a few elements that are missing. Because you have an older Iniesta, you have a Cannibal who is limited to what he can do attacking wise. And Sergio Roberto and Jessica Alba just do not really offer enough dynamism and enough skill and effectiveness from the flanks. So there is very little Messi can do when he's supplying them the ball. So Valverde has to really think long and hard about that. Although Polito did all right, playing out wide on the right, but that's not his strongest position. So I don't know how they can offset that, because I don't know Barcelona whether they have enough attacking power and variety to win this competition. But again, when you've got a guy like Lionel Messi who has so much stuff in his rare repertoire and is so ridiculously talented, you have every chance of winning any competition. Peace.